Hey, and welcome back to the Casual Leader Podcast, your weekly dose of the real talk for real people building real businesses and trying not to lose their sanity along the way. I'm your host, and today we're going to poke a little at a big question. Do we still care about company culture? Or is it just another buzzword slap on a corporate deck and a job description? Let's be honest. Culture used to be something cool, right? Companies would pride themselves on having open offices, team yoga, snack bars with 7 types of almond milk and coconut milk. But now, teams are hybrid. Everyone has Zoom fatigue and budgets are tight. Let's face it, people are tired. Culture feels like a nice to have that's constantly getting bumped down the priority list. It feels like we went from an open minded culture to a 70s factory worker environment. You clock in, you clock out. And here's the thing, culture never really left the chat. No. It just got quieter. Until you realize it's the reason why half of your team is disengaged and the other half is silently and secretly job hunting. Have you heard about quiet quitting? All right, let's call it out. A lot of the companies don't value culture. Ping pong tables does not equal culture. Unlimited PTO does not mean culture, especially when no one actually can take time off. A company mural with our values painted in a neon cursive, cute, but not culture. Culture is what happens when no one is looking. It's how decisions are made, how people are treating each other, especially when the stress is high. It's what's rewarded and what's being ignored. It's the invisible people operating system of your business. If you're noticing team members maybe doing the bare minimum, people avoiding tough conversations, silence in meetings that should be buzzing with energy and engagement, you do not have a motivational problem. You actually have a culture problem. Why culture still matters, especially now more than ever. Let's zoom out for a second. We've had a pandemic. We've seen and are still seeing massive layoffs. We're in a weird economy where it's both harder to find jobs and harder to keep good people. And people aren't just quitting because of the pay. They're quitting because their workplace feels off, unclear, cold, uninspiring, political, or overall full of BS. And that's where culture sneaks back in. Strong culture is actually your retention strategy. It's your alignment strategy. It's your we can get through this strategy when times get tough. Companies that invest in culture don't avoid problems, they address them head on, which makes them actually bounce back faster. Why, you ask? Because people trust each other. They know how to communicate and they enjoy solving problems together. They share a sense of purpose, even if they're not in the same room or the same time zone. A sense of purpose that keeps everyone engaged and focused on the work that needs to be done and will make everyone part to be part of. Culture isn't your ping pong table, it's your people's habits. So, how do you actually build a culture that people want to be part of? Well, spoiler. It's not about spending more money. Well, maybe a little bit in terms of having a good reward system. But I've seen many more people staying in companies that are paying them less, but giving them a sense of fulfillment rather than the other way around. It's about clarity, consistency, and courage. Have the clarity in what's acceptable and not what's not. Be consistent with your actions and have the courage to accept critical feedback from your employees. Admit when you're wrong. Nobody likes to work for someone or have a leader that is never wrong. As a founder, CEO, or leader, you'll need to implement 3 steps. 1, define the unwritten rules on purpose. Whether you're defining them or not, they already exist through the people behavior and actions, so you might as well shape them intentionally. What behaviors do you reward and what gets brushed off? What's considered normal in your team? Is normal a sense of urgency, or is normal to not message people when they're out of the office? Write it down, share it, own it, follow up. Number 2, model the culture loudly. You cannot outsource culture to HR. Leadership sets the tone. It comes from the top all the way to the bottom. If you want people to take feedback well, you have to show how it's done. If you want transparency, don't hide behind vague announcements and scripted answers. Be human, because guess what? You have a whole company that is human as well. No one is perfect, and that's okay. We're all in this together. Number 3, protect your culture like it's your product. Your team culture should be maintained, tested, and updated, just like any part of your business. That might mean knowing when it's time for a change, re-onboarding when things shift, say goodbye to toxic high performers, holding space for real conversations, not just for fun Fridays, and always refine and update. People do appreciate when leadership actually puts a little bit of extra effort to make sure that they provide a space where everyone can just do their best work. Number 4, real talk. Maybe you're listening and thinking, crap, maybe we didn't really build anything. Maybe we're just been doing things. But that's okay. Culture can be created on the go. It's never too late. Start with one conversation this week about what's working and what's not. One behavior that you as a leader can shift or model differently. One team ritual that you can introduce to build trust and alignment in your culture. But remember that culture isn't built in a branding shop or the HR office. It's built in the trenches. One moment, one decision, one habit at a time. What I actually found helpful is to host, depending on your team and where you are right now, it either can be a bi-weekly or quarterly health check, just to get the first-hand feedback from the teams and create a safe venting space so we can address any issues or pain points. If you're interested in the team health check, just let us know in the comments below and we'll make sure to address it in the future episode, or we can actually link a quick template for you to be able to use. And I will add a caveat here. For companies that are in hypergrowth and rapidly hiring and expanding, which I know it's rare these days, but still worth mentioning, it's important to note that during that stage, your culture is more important than ever. Usually there is no culture at those stages. So it's important to define what would you like your culture to value the most when hiring, and making sure that your hiring managers are all on the same page. Otherwise, you're going to have full teams operating completely differently from one another. You're going to have micro companies operating within your company. In the long run, that's just an expensive pain in the ass to fix and bring it back on track. So pay attention. I strongly recommend researching the cost, financially and otherwise, of having employees working for less than a year in a company and having high rates of attrition. You would be surprised. So, do we still care about culture? Hell yes, we do. Of course we do. Especially the kind that's honest, human, and actually helps your people thrive, not just survive. If this episode sparked something, send it to your founder or your team lead, whoever do you think might need to hear it. And shameless plug here. If you want to help building culture into your DNA of your growing business, check out our Builders Accelerator. We help businesses break down step by step, getting things ahead of the growing pain and the culture dilution, and ensuring you have a team that people actually can trust and like to work with. If you take anything from this episode, is that culture is the invisible people operating system of your business. Whether you help build it and shape it or not, it's there. Let us know in the comments below what you think about the company culture these days, how it is maybe in your company or in the other companies that you experienced, and let's get this conversation started. Who knows? Maybe we're all going to be able to help each other. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of the upcoming episodes. We have hundreds of them piling up. We have tons of interesting subjects as well. And you can also join our community either on social media, on all the handles, or on our website, thecasualleader.com. For any resources, toolkits, or guides, feel free to check our website, thecasualleader.com again. And until next time, keep being you, lead authentically, and remember, everything starts with you. Start casually, keep going, keep growing. Bye!